It was raining bugs on my RV. It was crazy. I'm going to explain this to you in 1 second. Hello there. I am Dr. Dave, also known as the RV Dummy. And I just share an experience with you that I had yesterday as Yoko and I were driving down Interstate 95 in Florida. By the way, I know some place I told you not to go to avoid at all costs. I know, but we had to do it because we were traveling from Jacksonville down to around the Boca Raton, Delray Beach area, and there's really no other way to go. So we had to do it, but we had the weirdest experience ever. Before I get into it real quickly, I'm the RV Dummy, and I want to thank you so much from the bottom of my heart for being part of my channel. We are growing, and we've got a great community where like-minded people come together and we talk about RVing, we talk about life, we talk about the financial aspect of RVing, something that nobody else wants to talk about, and many people are not brave enough to actually tell the truth. Well, I'm brave enough to tell you. You might not want to hear it exactly, but I speak from experience, and you don't have to listen. It's okay, but I tell you my feeling on buying RVs. But enough of that. We're not getting into that today. By the way, if you like what you see, if you like what you hear, press the subscribe button. I can always use a few more good subscribers. And when I say good subscribers, I mean people that are not necessarily, you don't have to agree with me, but people that are polite, people that say nice things. People, if you disagree, say it in a nice way. That's all. If you are a troll and you say things in a very mean-spirited way, you get blocked. So I don't want to do that to you. So be kind. Anyway, so Yoko and I were driving down Interstate 95 yesterday. As we got south of, let's say, roughly south of the Daytona Beach area, what started happening was really weird. It was like raining these bugs from the sky. I mean, I've driven all over the U.S. I've seen a lot of things, but I've never seen bugs in such large quantity that you drive and basically they're just getting into the front of your car, the windshield, the grill, the hood, everywhere. It is a mess. We had to pull over very often and wipe them off. Let me show you. I'm going to go right to video now. Show you. Yoko was kind enough to capture a little bit of video as they were coming down. So let's go right to that. So here we are. Take a look at this, and you can hear the bugs actually coming down on the windshield. It's loud. It's really loud, and it gets to the point where you can't see anything out of the windshield. And yet, trying to use your windshield washers, you can see it maybe helps a tiny bit, but it just starts spreading them all over the place, and it gets messy and gunky. And look down at the wipers. Look how the bugs are all accumulating under the wipers. Imagine what the grill looks like. I don't have a picture of the grill right here, but imagine the grill is just the grill and the hood and the front, just a total disaster mess. This doesn't help that much. We had to stop every so often and really put some elbow grease and clean these things up. Okay, yeah, that's what it looked like. Now, what can you do about it if you are driving in South Florida in between I think what I've heard is the months of May and the months of October are the worst, especially as you get into midday and later in the day. What can you do? Well, you can't do anything to avoid the bugs. They're going to hit you if you're in certain areas. But what can you do? The first thing to do is, I've read a lot on this just over the past 24 hours. You can actually spray PAM, the cooking lubricant, the cooking spray. Spray that on your car, on the grill, on the hood, any place that the bugs might fly into. I don't think I'd spray it on the windshield, so I don't think I would. But also I've read that kind of gets gooky and gunky, and so it's sticky. So some other people recommended baby oil, just spreading it all over your hood, your grill, just so the bugs will not stick, but they'll just kind of slide off. Also, canola oil, somebody mentioned. But interestingly enough, a lot of people had one thing in common. First of all, everybody agrees that you need to remove the bugs as soon as possible, because if you don't remove them, they're going to form, like they're going to kind of like almost eat into the paint. The remains will just kind of eat into the paint. It'll be very hard to remove, and it's going to damage the paint. So you've got to remove them quickly. Many people said if you get those dryer sheets that you put in the wash, not in the wash, but in the dryer, when you go to dry your clothes, those dryer sheets, they smell real good, and it's a certain type of material. A lot of people said that if you wet those and then wipe the bugs off. It's one of the best things to use, better than some of the more expensive methods that people were talking about. So I don't know, I'm going to give it a try. I still have some bugs left on my car. I did the best I could yesterday to remove almost everything, but there's still some, so I'm going to try some dryer sheets right now. I hope this was helpful. I hope you can avoid areas like this. But again, sometimes when we're driving in our RVs, there are just certain things that happen we just can't really control. We have to do the best we can. So that's it for today. Hope this was an enjoyable one. I'm going to be back really soon. I've got a great topic I'm going to talk to you about next time. Until then, I'm Dr. Dave, also known as the RV Dummy. There's the subscribe button. If you see what you like, please comment. I read all comments, or just about every single comment I'll try to get to. And I'll see you next time.